What's up, guys? Welcome to B Sports Picks. So yesterday we hit another winner. That brings it to 10-0. And then inside the VIP, we actually swept. It was a 2-0 run yesterday for the VIP. But overall on the free picks, again, it's 10-0 run. So let me quickly just talk about what happened yesterday, and then I'll get right into it. So I showed here this. I was saying yesterday, set and haul. I said it like 3 or 4 times, whatever. And then somebody checked me. They're like, hey, it's not set and haul, it's seed and haul. So, dude, if you're that worried about how I'm saying certain words, I mean, dude, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. There's just people that are just negative, I guess. But anyways, this hit very easily. It's seed and haul at a +6.5. They ended up winning the game by 9 points. Is that 9 points? No, it's 7 points. And then we got over here the under 149. That hit very easily as well. So this was the one that I shared yesterday, and it hit very easily. Then I also took this one. I think I mentioned this one, I'm not sure, but I gave you this one in the VIP, and that hit easily for us. So that again was brings us to a 10-0 run on the free picks and a 2-0 run in the VIP just yesterday. I have some very exciting news in this video. I'm going to show you guys something that I'm very proud of, something that I created over the weekend. And then on top of that, something that I've been working on, and I actually showed 2 or 3 days ago, but now I cleaned it up and put it on the sharp edge. So you're gonna see that. I'm gonna show you guys that, but I'm gonna show you also a very strong play in college basketball. Again, we're on a 10-0 run. Stay tuned for that. I would really appreciate if you can subscribe. We've already crossed 4,100 subscribers. Let's get to 5,000. So one other thing I'll say before I get started on the college stuff is that the NBA comes back on Thursday. One thing to note out of my years of experience is that whenever they come back from All-Star break, things tend to change, okay? I'm gonna give you a couple of reasons. So teams actually start tanking on purpose because they know they're not gonna make the playoffs. So they wanna conserve their players. On top of that, they wanna give their rookies and stuff like that more playing time. So overall, just the dynamics of the whole game changes. Just be aware of that. All right, so currently this is actually just hosted on my local machine, but it eventually, like later today, is gonna be on the sharp edge. So if you guys want access to this, you're gonna get 2 weeks for free. The link is in the description for this. But basically what this is what I showed 2 days ago, which is the very, very strong plays inside of Kalshi. And this is where all the money, or not, I don't want to say all the money, but the heavy public favorites are listed. So I'm not gonna explain all this stuff. I'm just gonna show you that this is actually a very high percentage hit rates. So for example here, let me show you. This one is Stephen Austin at Texas A&M. So the total points, it shows here that if you went on the under 150.5, that's a 77% chance that that's going to hit. However, that odds right there is -344, which is expensive. But then it also tells you the consensus. What the consensus means is that's where the current sports books are hosting that number. So if you look at the difference there, again, the under is 150.5. And then all the books, or the majority of the books, have it at an average of 138. So you're basically buying back 12 points. But on top of that, it is also telling you 77% of the bets and stuff like that, or 77% chance of hitting. Okay, so I'm not going to go through each and every one of these, but take a screenshot. This is actually live data from Kalshi right now. So I'm going to go through these very quickly. This is the totals. I'm not going to go, like I said, I'm not going to speak on all of them, but this is actually going to be a tool that's inside of the sharp edge. And you can see over here, it says Kalshi. Okay. So anyways, this is for the totals, and it's telling you there's 18 separate plays for that. Now, if we go on to money lines, this is actually just very strong data that shows you, again, the very high percentage of hitting. Now, if you went on the money lines, this is just reading the money lines, not the spreads. So if a team is supposed to win by 20 points, obviously the money line is going to be super expensive. So that's actually just put that out there. This is literally just showing you the chance of hitting. Okay, so right here it's 87% chance. Texas versus Arizona. Texas Tech has a 76% chance. Feel free to take a screenshot of these. There's 15 of them. And again, this is going to be a tool that's actually updated every hour on the sharp edge tool. So every hour this is going to be changing numbers and stuff like that. Okay, so I'm very, very proud of this tool. I showed this 2 days ago in my email. I was getting this in my emails, and I had to kind of manually sort them, and it did not look this clean at all. But now this is going to be part of the sharp edge and automatically updated. Guys, I'm going to give you one leg of the parlay, and then I'm going to show you the other tool that I created, which is actually even better than the one I just showed. And then I'll give you the second leg right after that, okay? I'm also going to show you the exact slip that I'm going with. Again, we're on a 10-0 run, and there's a reason for this. There's a lot of stuff that I look at, there's massive amounts of information. I'm not going to bore you with all those details, but I will give you at least 5 pointers for each game. So in this case right here, let's get started. Florida and A&M against Alcorn State on the under. That's what I'm looking at right now. The confidence level for this is a 9.5 out of 10. There's 4 different data sets for this, and let me just start telling you what they are. This is actually one of the strongest plays on the entire board today. Pretty much every data set says this is going on the under. So both teams, Florida, A&M, and the Braves, both of those teams, they're just ranked horrible on the offense. They're nationally two of the worst teams offensively. Neither of these teams push the pace at all. So they've already actually played, and when they played, they only scored 124 points. Again, the current line right now, I think, is 139 or something like that. Now, Florida has a 17-7. Out of the last 21 games, they've won 14 separate times on the under. Now, to top that off, the lines, the sharp, it actually started higher, and now it's been pushed down 3 different points. So in college, again, that's been pushed down. Even though some of the money's coming on the over, the line is going on a reverse line move. Now, I already showed you the prediction markets. I'm not going to go show that again, but in the Kalshi markets, there's a 75% confidence that this is going to go on the under. I'm going to give you the exact line that I'm taking because I'm doing this as a parlay piece, and then I'm going to show you the exact line. That's going to be the first leg. So again, Florida and Alcorn State on the under. Now, this is where the sharp line moves. So you can see Alcorn State right here is supposed to win this game and stuff like that. So this is literally just a line move tool. Again, this is part of the Sharp Edge tool. The link is in the description. For 2 weeks, you can get access to this. I'm not going to go through all of these. I show these pretty much on every video, and this is a good tool to have because it actually reads the line moves for you. And this tool also gets updated about 8 times per day. Now, this tool I'm very, very proud of. This right here. So now this has nothing to do with the college basketball. I mean, it can, but it is literally just Poly market and Kalshi market. And what it does is it tracks the highest sharps in the game. So right here, I'm not going to show the traders' names, but if you log into here, you'll see the traders' names. So you can see right here, the balance in their books, it actually gives you their balance. So this person right here, the number 1 ranked person, has 6.6 million in his wallet. This tool right here actually exposes what they're betting on. So it'll give you a breakdown. You can read all this stuff, and it actually gives you a confidence level on how. There's a lot of reasoning how this confidence level is created. I'm not going to get into those details, but if you looked at these guys that are spending 38,000 per bet, 15,000 per bet, 15,000 per bet, that is super heavy money. Okay, and again, this is not just one guy. There's 50 of the top people on Poly Market. So again, this is called Polytracker, and it's going to be inside the Sharp Edge. I'm not going to go into all those details. I'll create a whole new video on this tool, but this is very, very powerful, and this is actually live right now on Sharp Edge. That is going to be, I believe that's going to be a game changer. Nobody in the market that I've seen has that Polytracker like that I just showed you. So that took me about 4 days to create, and it pulls the data directly from Poly Market. So again, I'm very, very proud of that tool. Please make sure you like and subscribe. I'm going to be giving away a lot of plays that I see from that tool. But again, I'm still kind of learning exactly how to best approach that. As far as taking the bets from that information. So again, please make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment. Let me know if you like that, what I just shared. Almost nobody is talking about that. If they are, it's very basic information. This literally tracks the top people placing heavy bets. All right, guys, let me get into the second leg. I would really appreciate if you can please subscribe. That's 4,100 subscribers. We're about to cross 4,200. Let's get to 5,000 this month. All right, so the second leg of this is going to be McNeese State Cowboys versus Northern State Demons. Now, there's actually a 20-point gap on how many points the Cowboys score versus the State Demons. You can see the overall, there's 21-5 over here compared to an 8-18. That's their current record. Another very heavy key indication here is that the last time that they played, they actually whooped them by 92-54. That's a 38-point difference. They whooped them by 38 points the last time out. These guys over here are 3-7 in their last 10 games. So they've only won 7 games out of their last 10 games. The projections, palm scores and all that stuff, they're actually saying that they're gonna win by 20 points. Now, like I showed you in the prediction markets, if you saw that very clearly, if you had access to that tool, It's 89% win probability that the state Cowboys are going to win this game straight up. And like I mentioned, they won the last time 92-54 by 38 point spread. All right, guys, now I'm going to show you the slip. It's going to be a 2-leg parlay. The odds are right around 159 inside of DraftKings. If you cannot get these lines, I would suggest you buy it back like at least one less point, or take the consideration that I just told you how strong these are, and then you pick and choose what you want to do. Either just take the under straight up or just take the spread closer to that -13, whatever you need to do. But both of these plays are the strongest on the board, in my opinion, for today. If you want to unlock all my plays for today, is going to be a $10 card. Look in the pinned comments, and in the link in the description, it'll say $10 card. So it'll be all the card. It'll show all the plays for today.